Hello everyone, welcome to my kitchen. My name is Michael and today we're going to be making chicken enchiladas. This is going to be one of those dinners that you want to fix when you're busy or short on time. So let's get started making our enchiladas. This is going to make 8 enchiladas and I've got my oven preheated to 325. We want that to go ahead and get preheated because once you get everything prepped, it goes really quickly. So what we're going to do now is I've got a large bowl here and I've got 3/4 of a cup of my cream cheese, and you want that softened so that we can get that mixed together really nicely. Then I've got a 1/4 cup of sour cream, and we'll go ahead and add that into our mixture here. Now I've got a 1/2 cup of my enchilada sauce, and what I've done is I've got one of these cans that's Old El Paso red enchilada sauce. I've got the mild because there is a couple more spicy things in here. I've got some cayenne pepper and regular pepper that might add a little bit of zing to it, so I've got the mild. If you like the spicier foods, and definitely you can try the medium or the hot, but I have the mild here. That's about what I like, the limit on this, but you can try it and see what you like. This is a 19-ounce can of this, and I've taken a 1/2 cup out of that, and I'm just going to add that into my bowl here with my other ingredients. Now I've got my cheese, and I've already grated up a cup of cheddar cheese, and I'm going to take 1/2 of that, which is 1/2 cup, and put that into my mixture here. And I have a cup of grated mozzarella cheese, and I'm going to take 1/2 of that and put that in with my mixture also. And I'm just going to kind of go ahead and give this a little bit of a mix through. You can see by having that cream cheese brought to room temperature that this mixes really well together, and that enchilada sauce kind of helps break that down a little bit. And lastly, for our spices, I've got a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, I've got a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, and I've got a 1/2 teaspoon of cumin. And I'm just going to go ahead and kind of sprinkle that around the top and just go ahead and incorporate that into the other ingredients here. We have given this a good mix through now, and everything is incorporated. All of our spices and our cheeses are all mixed together now. What makes this so nice is you can grab a rotisserie chicken from the grocery, bring it home, take the white meat off, the dark meat, whatever you want on it. I shredded the white meat on my rotisserie chicken, or you can roast some chicken breast if you like. It's completely up to you, whatever you want to do. So this is 2 cups of shredded chicken, and we'll add that into our bowl. And as I'm going, I'm just going to kind of mix a little bit of this through as we're going so that it gets incorporated nicely. Now I have a 1/2 cup of diced bell pepper. You can use the green, red, or the yellow. I had the yellow one here in the house, and I've got that diced up, and I'm going to go ahead and add that in. And I've got 1 cup of corn. This was frozen corn that I got at the grocery in a little bag, and I left that a little frozen. It's fine if you leave it frozen. We're going to heat this up, so you can either bring it to room temperature or you can leave it just like that right out of the bag, and that is 1 cup. Let's give this a good mix through now. All right, now that everything is incorporated together, I wanted to show you what that looked like. And now let's get ready to start making our enchiladas. So I have the 8-inch flour tortilla shells here. We'll be using those, and these work really nicely with that. Now we're going to go ahead and get our pan ready for our enchiladas. So I've got a 9 by 13-inch baking dish here, and I've got this oil sprayer that we're going to spray just a light coating of the spray in the bottom. And if you haven't seen this video on what this is, I'll put that link in the description box. I really like this. If you've got the other spray in the can, you can definitely spray that so that that releases a little bit easier. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take 1/2 of what we've got left of our enchilada sauce, and I'm going to put that in the bottom of our pan. And then I'm going to take one of these little spatulas and just kind of spread this around so that we get an even coating on the bottom. All right, so now that we've got our pan ready, we can go ahead and start making our enchiladas. So what you want to do, you can do one or two things. You can make them individually, and at that point you want to take about 3 or 4 fairly large spoons, tablespoons. You want to spread that out through the middle of the shell so you get it kind of covered nicely with that. And that's kind of where you want to go with it. And then you want to take it on one side and just kind of roll it into itself. And then you just want to take it and completely roll it up. And that is done. You'll take your pan and put the roll side down on the bottom. And we're going to continue to make our other 7 that we've got here. You can do the other step you want to do that is just create a little station, and that way you can put the tortilla shells out, and then you can distribute the rest of this into that. And that way you'll know that you've got all of your enchiladas filled with the same amount of your filling, and then you can put them in your pan, get ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and fill the other 7 up, and I'll be back and we'll move on to our next step. All right, I am back, and I wanted to show you I did use that other step where you kind of just put all of them out on the counter here on my cutting board, and then you can evenly distribute out your filling, and you've got it all used up in. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and now close these up and put these in my pan, and I'll show you what happens next. All right, now that we've got our enchiladas in our pan, we're going to take the remainder of our sauce here. I'm going to cover each one of those on the top so that we get a nice coating of the rest of that. And then I'm going to take the remainder of our cheese and I'm going to sprinkle that over the top of it. This, I always wind up putting more cheese on it, so once I put this on there, I always go back and get some more. So definitely you can do that once you get your insides of your enchiladas mixed up. If you want to put more cheese on the top of it, everything tastes better with extra cheese in it. I would agree to that. Cheddar, and if you like it like that, then definitely go ahead and put these in the oven now in that 325 degree preheated oven for 25 minutes. And that rack that I've got that in is like 2 notches from the bottom. It's not quite on the bottom and it's not quite in the middle. So 325 for 25 minutes. What we want to do with these is just melt the cheese on the top and get just a little bit of browning on it. And then we'll come back and we'll give these a test. I'm gonna put some more cheese on these before I put them in the oven. I wanted to show you what I've done to mine after I put the extra cheese on it. That way you can take a look at it and see if you wanted to add extra on it as well. This goes in that oven, 325 for 25 minutes. We'll come back for that taste test. Stick with me. I am back and my chicken enchiladas are done. I wanted to show you what that looked like once that gets all melted, that cheese on the top and all that goodness that we've got inside of those things is looking and smelling delicious. About halfway through my cooking time, I did go into the oven and turn the pan around halfway, just in case I didn't want one half of my enchiladas to get darker side than the other. So if your oven cooks on faster on one side than the other, definitely go in about halfway through and turn your pan around so we can get even cooking and melting on your dish here that you've got. So I've got just a little bit of greenery here that I've cut up. I cut up a few chives and I cut up a little bit of cilantro, and I'll use that to garnish my dish here. I'm gonna let this cool for about 5 or 10 minutes because it is piping hot, and we'll get one of these out and we'll give it a try. Come back and we'll taste it and let you know what that tastes like. I am back and I've got my chicken enchiladas plated here ready to go, and I got a little bit of that cilantro and a little bit of those chives on the top of that, and I've let this cool down just a little bit because I didn't want to burn my mouth on them, and we're going to give these a test and see what these taste like. I got some of that chicken and some of that cheese on the inside of it. This smells absolutely delicious. Let's give it a try. These are absolutely delicious. They've got just a little bit of heat to them, just the way I like them. That cheese is coming through, that filling, that chicken. These are a winner. If you are looking for a quick dish that you can put together when you're a little short on time, definitely check this recipe out. You saw today how this came together. I know you're going to love it. Give this a try. It is a home run. If you like this content, maybe you might consider giving me a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. And check out one of these other 2 videos over here on the side. You might find something else you like. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Try these chicken cheese enchiladas. I know you're going to love them because I know I do. I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye now.